When I first heard that Netflix was releasing a Magic the Gathering animated TV show, my mind started to race with excitement at all the possible stories that we could tell in this extended universe. They did share this teaser image showing Ajani and Chandra, which is exciting because these are clearly iconic characters that represent different types of mana, but I wanted to take a minute to show you what I would do if I had the ability to run the entire Magic the Gathering show. Come with me, let me pitch something to you. Given the chance to be showrunner, I would set this entire show up to be an anthology series across the Magic multiverse. I'm thinking something like Love, Death, and Robots or The Animatrix, for example. Effectively, every episode is going to be a new plane with new characters, a different type of animation style with different types of genres, and everything blending together as their own standalone tapestry telling stories across this entire extended universe. And I think that within itself can showcase the flavors and styles and different kinds of perspectives available in the entire universe for Magic the Gathering, because it's not just 5 characters representing different mana. It's an entire interconnected set of planes that all have stories and lives and interesting conflicts to explore. We could start off our journey on the plane of New Capenna. In New Capenna's glittering skyline, Giada becomes the key to a secret powerful enough to change the city forever. The streets of New Capenna takes place in a beautiful Art Deco splashed world where we have 5 crime families vying for power in an area that used to be overrun and taken care of by angels. And now this long-buried truth about the angels resurfaces, threatening the very foundations of the city and the rulers who are trying to build their empire on lies. It would be gorgeous from all of the Art Deco skyscrapers, the beautiful art available to us, and the tension that we have across 5 different crime families. I'm thinking Art Deco Noir meets Gold Leaf Glamour with interesting lore about demon crime family empires. And there's so much beautiful visual language that we can draw from in all of cinema and art. You have heist films like The Untouchables. You have Art Deco noir films like Batman, Mask of the Phantasm. You have historical references and artists like Tamara de Lempicka, and including all of the Art Deco building and architecture that we could draw from. I can imagine an entire animated world dripping with beauty and taking references and cues from animation styles that have mixed media like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, for example. Then for the next episode, we could visit the Neon Dynasty of Kamigawa. It follows the story of Kaito and the Wanderer as they investigate the theft of the reality chip, and they start to uncover a conspiracy theory that could threaten the delicate relationship between Kamigawa's advanced technology as well as the Kami spirits living in unison, which I think is an interesting story, especially apt today as we see so much acceleration with technology and its constant confrontation of what it means to be human and present and a part of this world. And there is no shortage of visual storytelling that we can draw from Ghost in the Shell and its philosophical cyberpunk blend with rain-heavy city moods to Blue Eye Samurai with its stylized historical meets cinematic violence perspective to Blade Runner, and also all of the historical beautiful art available to us through Japanese culture. I'm imagining a meeting of modern day art style with classic line artwork blending together into a beautiful story that can allow us to visually understand and interpret this balance between old and new. Our next stop would be on Innistrad, the Gothic horror plane, where we would follow the Eternal Night that's throwing Innistrad into chaos while Olivia Voldaren seeks to expand her power with the vampires. It would be up to our hero, Arlen, who rallies the humans as well as the werewolves to join together and fight for them to be able to restore the sun. Now I'm imagining an episode that starts off in pure black and white. Classic Gothic horror, drawing from the German expressionist films like Nosferatu or some of the engravings by Gustav Doré. And then from there, we could start to add in blends of colors in the stylistic manner and sweeping vistas that you see in classic anime style like Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, or even drawing from the classic films like Sleepy Hollow or Van Helsing. There's no shortage of visual storytelling that we could pull into this as our Eternal Night starts to get color added to it. We would then visit the plane of Eldraine, following the events of the Throne of Eldraine where King Kenrith is murdered. We follow the story of twins Will and Rowan, who return back to the kingdom in turmoil, where Will effectively becomes the king, trying to carry on the mantle of his father. This is where tensions start to grow between Will and Rowan as they gradually grow apart, trying to cope with their father's death and understanding their changing responsibilities. And in the story of Wilds of Eldraine, a wicked slumber starts to spread, caused by Ashiok's dream magic influencing certain events. And Rowan's frustrations grow to make her more and more vulnerable to different types of manipulating forces available. In terms of art direction, I'm thinking dark fairy tale. I'm thinking the interesting and twisted world of Pan's Labyrinth meets Wolfwalker's beautiful illuminated manuscript meets living storybook animation. And with historical examples such as the Book of Kells or even artists such as Arthur Rackham's illustrations, we have so much to pull from to create this beautiful and twisted world. The last plane we visit is the plane of Zendikar, where we follow a treasure-seeking explorer that dives into the side of a cliff in hopes of finding treasure. And as they explore deeper and deeper within this cliff face, they start to see reality start to deform and bend in on itself, until they find a forsaken monument. And as they are trying to understand what's happening, it starts to become too late, where we start to see the Eldrazi Titans wake up. In terms of visual storytelling, I'm imagining a beautiful blend of Atlantis, the Lost Empire, with their lost civilization and almost futuristic sci-fi archaeology hybrid, coupled with the darkness and surrealist perspectives that you saw inside the movie Annihilation, especially as the distortion of the Eldrazi start to creep in. I could imagine a beautiful blend of these sweeping vistas and gorgeous natural landscapes and the complete distortion of reality, as if it's something like an M.C. Escher painting. The duality of both of them and the way that they could blend together could tell such a unique story that I don't think I've ever seen before, especially in some kind of animated format. So with that, what do you think about my idea of how I should handle a Magic the Gathering show? What planes would you want to see? What stories do you think more people should know about? Leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and if you could share this with a friend, that would mean the world to me. Thanks.